The forecast for this week's Parshat calls for rain, lots of it. There's a flood and it wipes out the entire world. It only lasts 40 days and nights, but Noach and his family have to stay on the ark an entire year until finally God says, all right, leave the ark with your family and take the animals off with you. And then we're told the first thing that Noach does when he leaves the ark after that full year on it is he builds an altar, takes the kosher animals and birds and brings sacrifices to God. And then we're told that God smelled a pleasing fragrance and said, I will never again wipe out humanity. And then he later gives Noach a sign to show his covenant. It's a sign we still have today, the rainbow. One commentator says, it's not random that first Noach brings the sacrifices and then God says, I'm never going to wipe out humankind again. It's a cause and effect. God sees Noach get off that ark after a year that the sages tell us involved no sleep. Noach and his family were up 24/7 feeding the animals, some of them during the day, some of them at night. And he gets off the ark. And instead of doing what I would do and probably you would do, which would be build a bed and take the longest nap ever, the first thing he does is he puts aside his own concerns and those of his family and the job of rebuilding humanity, and he builds an altar and brings sacrifices to God. And God sees that and says, that's what he did. Put aside his own concerns, put me first. I am never, ever again going to destroy humanity because of him. You see from here that one act of a human, and not an act that's even that unbelievable. He built an altar and he brought some sacrifices, can have cosmic effect. Noach's sacrifices saved humanity for the duration of human history to come, the entire future. God's never again going to bring another flood because Noach, instead of doing the easy thing or the convenient thing or what may have been the selfish thing, although understandable, put God first. We have the same opportunity all the time. Come home after a very long day and you are so tired, but you go out to pray to God. It's a late night, it's the next morning, and do you want to hit the snooze button? But instead you get out of bed and you go pray and you go study and you write those checks to charity. Not easy to do that, but God said so. And we say, God, I know what I'd like to do. I know what the easy thing to do is, the convenient thing to do is, and even the understandable thing. Hey, I'm allowed to look out for number one and my family, but instead I'm putting aside my concerns and I'm putting you first. He smells the pleasing fragrance of those actions, and the reward and the difference that it can make in the world is incalculable.